So as we found out in Volume 6, Tyrian and Watts are headed over to Atlas. Heck, they could already be there for all we know. And as Tyrian put it, if Ironwood came to his senses and called for aid from Vacuo, all would be lost. So they are being sent ahead to prepare. And we found out at the end of Volume 6 what exactly it was that they were being sent to prepare for. Salem is leading an attack personally on Atlas, leading an army of Grimm. And I'm guessing Tyrian and Watts are being sent over there to prepare and kind of pre-cripple Atlas and make it a lot easier for Salem to attack it, and ultimately achieve what I'm guessing is two goals. Cripple another major kingdom in the world of Remnant, and of course obtain the Relic of Creation. But what exactly are the goals that Watts and Tyrian are trying to achieve while over there? What exactly are they going to do to make Atlas a little bit riper for the picking, shall we say? And that's what we're going to discuss today. So I will say spoiler warning for those who haven't seen Volume 7, Episode 1 just yet, as this will go over a couple of the things that have happened in that episode, as well as a couple of things that have happened in the Volume 7 opening. So just spoiler warning for that. So out of these two characters, Tyrian and Watts, it's Watts who it's easiest to predict what exactly he's going to do when he gets over to Atlas. Being a former Atlesian scientist, or at least so we think, we know he was called Disgraced, but we don't know enough of his history and his association with Atlas to know that he's still not actually working there in some capacity, so it could be very easy for him to enter Atlas facilities if he's still working there. Regardless, even if he's not, he has such genius within himself, and also being previously associated with Atlas, he could breach Atlas security codes, get access to facilities, be able to mess with technology, probably interfere with military orders that are being given, as well as implant viruses into the mechanical mainframe of Atlas and the military technology itself. So there is a lot that this man can do and manipulate behind the scenes. And that's what I think he's probably going to be capable of, and that's what his goals are going to be. Now, with what we saw in the Volume 7 opening, it seemed as though Watts was manipulating something to do with the Atlas Ace operatives. Whether he placed a traitor in their midst, or what I more believe is that he's going to be manipulating their orders behind the scenes, and since they are very dedicated Atlas military operatives, they're going to be following those orders if they think it's coming from up on high, whereas it's going to be coming from Watts. So regardless of whether there is actually a traitor in the Ace operatives' midst, they're going to be used as pawns of Watts in some fashion. At least that's what I predict. And then if Watts is able to upload viruses into the Atlas mainframe, similar to what happened at the fall of Beacon, we might get a repeat of that again, where when Salem's army of Grimm arrives and Ironwood goes to meet them with his army, all of a sudden the mechanical portion of his army turns to fight Atlas as well. And that's going to be very catastrophic. So if Watts goes unchecked, that's a very likely possibility, hence why I think Raven needs to come back and tell at least someone that Watts is associated with Salem. But one other thing that Watts is going to be doing is being kind of a guiding hand for Tyrian while they're in Atlas and Mantle. Because Tyrian, when we look at his skill set, it's not really associated with, shall we say, technology and the more, is espionage the right word? I guess, maybe. His skill set is more towards torture, killing, and assassination. He's more of an information gathering network via a different method. And that's what I think Tyrian is going to be doing. I think he's going to be very effective at working in the shadows, creating a revolt, and Watts is going to be guiding him as to where to go, finding more information from news articles and other things that we may have seen throughout the series or throughout Atlas, Volume 7, Episode 1, for example. The news articles that we saw is one of them says that a missing journalist has been found slain. Now, I feel like that has something to do with Tyrian, that he went there, found this journalist, kidnapped them, tortured them to get any information that they had out of them, so that he could achieve his central goal of killing Robin Hill. And the reason I think it's Robin Hill is because in the Volume 7 opening, we saw Tyrion attacking her. Now, there's a lot of people who speculate that Tyrion is attacking her because she is the Winter Maiden. And that could be the case. I still personally hope that it's Mama Schnee who's the Winter Maiden, but I don't think that Robin is actually the Winter Maiden. But she is the hero of Mantle, someone that the public of Mantle looks up to. We already know that tensions are very high between Mantle and Atlas. Mantle, or the people of Mantle, really don't like Atlas, Ironwood, or Jacques Cherney right now, so there's a lot of tension there, and it seems like they are all pinning their hopes on Robin Hill. We know also from news articles that Robin Hill is going to be in an election of some sort against an Atlesian tycoon, probably Jacques Cherney, and is probably vying for better situations for the people of Mantle, better working conditions, better pay, you know, just better treatment in general. So I think Watts found this out and is kind of getting Tyrion to find her and then kill her, because what do you think the people of Mantle would do if all of a sudden the one person that they are putting their hopes in is killed? And if they somehow, oh, I don't know, make it look like the Atlas military had something to do with her death or disappearance or anything of that sort, well, all of a sudden, any hope that Mantle had in Robin would turn to rage towards Atlas, causing a complete uprising of Mantle towards Atlas, and all of this, a revolt within the kingdom, as well as the technology either being hacked, orders being, you know, misplaced or messed with, as well as viruses being implanted in the technology, will greatly divide Ironwood's, you know, thoughts and attention as to all of these different things he's going to have to deal with. And with him being in such disarray, he's already in not a great mental state, this would drive him even further from thinking of calling for aid from Vacuo, because if this is something, a revolt within his kingdom, it's something he'd probably consider that he has to do himself, considering he's in Volume 1, or Volume 7, Episode 1, he's already stated, I can promise you one thing, Atlas will remain safe. Yeah, not so much if its own people are starting to fight each other, so yeah, there is a lot that is going to happen behind the scenes with both Watts and Tyrion. None of them are really going to do anything publicly. Watts is going to manipulate things via technology and orders and viruses and all of these things behind the scene. And then Tyrion, I think, is operating in Mantle in the shadows, aiming to kill Robin Hill solely so he can cause a revolt from the people of Mantle and greatly disrupt Ironwood's attention. And then when Salem comes over, well, Atlas is going to be in shambles already, at least its people. So if Ironwood's attention is divided, this attack is going to be absolutely devastating, and we might see a fall of yet another kingdom. So, you know, it's going to be looking pretty grim from here on out for Atlas, unless something is done. We did see Crow come to Robin's aid, so I feel like Tyrion may not succeed, but he might make it look like he did. Even if Robin's not actually killed, if she's going into protection with Crow and someone else, and she has to keep away from the public eye, the people of Mantle are still going to think that something happened to her, that Atlas may have silenced her, and the revolt will still likely happen even if Robin isn't killed. So, yeah, things are not going to go so well, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What do you think Tyrion and Watts are actually trying to accomplish in Atlas? Do my thoughts and theories make sense as to what their goals actually are? Do you think Watts is going to be messing with the ace operatives of the Atlas military? Do you think that Tyrion is aiming to get Robin Hill's head for just being a representative of the people of Mantle? I still don't necessarily think that she's the Winter Maiden, but I would love to hear some arguments as to why you guys think that she is as well. I know she's really the only prominent singular female that has been introduced into the Volume 7 opening, but we don't necessarily have to see the Winter Maiden this volume. We did get the flash of the Relic of Creation behind Monty Oom's name at the end of the opening, but I think that was just to remind us what the overall goal of the Atlas arc is going to be. Someone's going to get the Relic of Creation, whether it be Team RWby's side or Salem's faction. Regardless, I think it was just to remind us that its presence is there, and that's the overall goal. Not necessarily that we'll see it this volume, or that the Winter Maiden will appear this volume. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I look forward to discussing with all of you about these different theories and ideas for Volume 7 and Atlas. It's shaping up to be a really exciting volume. I'm really looking forward to it. How about you guys? Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. There's going to be plenty more theories and reviews coming throughout Volume 7 and continuing on as the series of RWby does as well. So, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.